just a heads up, this conversation is not for the normies. We got to put our thinking caps on. We got to put our objective glasses on. I'll understand if the ladies are not receptors of this message, or this video. I don't expect most of them to get what we're saying today. But I was just say this: the women with common sense will understand what we're talking about. They'll understand. Even the ones that act like they don't know, they know. This video right here is going to be a young man talking about how not every young girl, we're talking about high school girls, middle school girls that are dating older dudes, way older than them, are victims. Not all of them. And we know this. These are facts. We all went to high school. We all know about some of the girls. In my case, a lot of the girls. We all know a lot of the girls got started early. And they got started early with guys significantly older than them. And it's being revealed more and more. Even Nia Long literally said she was 16 and her first the boyfriend was 30 something and owner of a hair salon. Hey man, we've been telling you. So now more people are being brave enough to talk about this. Right? So we're going to watch this video and we're going to commentate on this and we're going to look at the reactions of the normies in the comment section.
They tell you that little 16, 17-year-old girls know exactly what they be doing. Let me tell you a story. And I used to think just like this. Like, they're victims. There's no way. There's these little girls. Somebody might see this video and I still know these people. There's these two little girls that I know from a certain area in my life. 16 years old. One was 15 at the time. One was 16. They made full-blown grown-up accounts on social media to go and flirt with adult men. They dressed up and took pictures and did all this to appear as grown women, put on the profile that they were like 20 something and they looked it on purpose, flirted with these men, were going back and forth talking to these men. The men were talking to them, how old are you? I want to meet up with you, I want to go out. They started to send nude, unsolicited, I might add, all that. They were literally the aggressors. One of the girls' stepdad figured it out, found out what they were doing online, and start going off on the guys. And the guys was like, first of all, this girl messaged me. So they had to calm down, bring it in, and they went through all the DMs. There's a bunch of men. They went through all the DMs, and they were reaching out to all the guys. Dog, these little girls are 15 and 16 years old. So what they did was they just scared the guys who got dragged into this trap. They were like, hey, don't message her again, she's 16. They just sent that, don't message her again, it's her daddy, don't message her again, she's 16. Just to stop the guys from messaging. You telling me that those girls are victims? No, those guys are victims because they could go to jail for receiving CP. Man, these little girls know exactly what they be on. Now, not all of them, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's some weird older guy, I think you're so pretty. He's just talking to all her insecurities and all that. She's some quiet, cool, calm, and collected girl that doesn't fit in and she gets taken advantage of. But to the little girls who think they're grown, who dress like they grown, who act like they grown, who lie about being grown, those are not victims. Oh, hey. So obviously not all of the little girls, some of them are literally victims. I understand that. But there is a very large group of young girls who want and go after older men and lie to them as if they're of age because they know exactly what they're doing. When I tell you that little sick.
And by the way, guys, for the simps, I want you guys to know this because like I said, I'm the troll under the bridge, bro. that's what I am in my life. I am the troll under the bridge. So I be hearing shit. And let me just tell you this. I got this from some credible sources. There are girls as we speak right now. They are already selling feet pictures. I'm talking about middle school girls already selling feet pictures. They know about this. And as we speak, there are already girls that are in high school already considering OnlyFans as soon as they turn 18. I mean, I'm talking about as soon as they turn 18, they already have their things set up for their OnlyFans. Guys, I think men don't really listen to women. You know what I mean? Like when it comes, I think the reason why people just, oh no, you're just a predator enabler. I think people don't listen to women because women will tell you. Women will be like, oh no, we mature faster than boys. Oh, we mature. They'll always say that we smarter, we this. I'll be like, okay, that's what I do. And they are, and they, especially at that age, they are. If you actually watch, people just think that. I'm telling you, they understand their leverage at that age, or once especially when they hit college age, they know what they're doing, and then don't you? They know women know what they're doing, dog. I think people just refuse to. They just, especially conservatives, they just think that, we just got to protect them. They're these delicate flower. Women are human, guys. Men are human. Women are human. Men be scamming. Women be scamming. The only difference is, women have sold, the majority, basically sold their way into having the majority of believing that they always get the innocent. They get the true thing of innocent until proven guilty. Women, like, guys, it's even in middle school, in high school age, they know what's up, guys. They know what's up. They know who they want. Every girl knows a guy that they know that will do anything for them, but they're gonna they know he's dumb enough to stick around. This is why do you think they're so mad at the passport bro movement? And watch this. Even though this is a bit off topic, have you noticed the shaming language they've used? They talk about, they try to get these uneducated, no money, they're prostitutes. I'll be like, wow. I'm talking about then people talk about slut shaming. Look how, especially black girls, how they talk about the passport bros and how they talk about the girls overseas. They start slut shaming. So watch this. Let's go back to this topic here. Everybody knows in middle school, especially anybody that grew up in the hood, everybody knew about a certain amount of girls, whether they be in middle school and high school, that was already getting picked up by grown men, already having full-blown relationships with grown men and bragging about it. And not only bragging about it, some of them would be even so bold, acting like they're finessing the dude. Even when we're talking about the girls of age with sugar daddies, they act like they're finessing the sugar daddies, and they don't even realize like the money that they're asking from those guys is just like an offering. It's just like money they're putting in an offering plate, and while they're basically giving up their most valuable asset to them, it's literally what they're giving up is just, and then to the rich sugar daddy, it's just a drop in a bucket to them. You should see how they talk. You will ask, especially when I was in high school, I knew a specific girl. I was like, are you sure you know what you're doing? Because you out there by yourself, basically. And basically her reaction, and what I've realized, what a lot of girls react, they're just basically looking at you like, why you even care? Or basically, why you tripping? I know what I'm doing. That's basically the reaction. If you even ask, are you sure you okay? You're not being taken advantage of? And watch this. Let me show you another thing. Say if you are super concerned for this girl, right? And you start actually telling the proper authorities, she will be mad at you. And not only that, others will be like, oh, you hating. I promise you, if it's a 16-year-old girl that you know and she's going out with a frat boy and you let her parents know, or if you let like the proper authorities know or the counselors know, and they found out you told because you're really actually concerned for her well-being, people are going to call you a hater. And we know this. So it's interesting. Then when we say this stuff happens, they call us predator enablers when we just talk about this. This is the fun. It's the ultimate catch-22, especially when you're arguing this with simps and most women. Now, I don't expect most women to give up the ghost, so to speak, because it's clear that they know, because you'll meet certain women and they will tell you, oh yeah, these hoes know what they're doing. This is the beautiful part. This is the beautiful part about, when you meet honest women, they'll tell you. When you meet an honest woman, they'll tell you, whether it be an honest hooker or an honest regular woman, honest working woman, and honest just women in general. They'll tell you, or talk to, if you guys get the chance, you guys need to talk to a stripper, right? They'll have stories for you, dog, or an escort, a working girl. They'll tell you girls that they know, or they'll tell you their own life story. They'll tell you how they've been in the streets since 15 or 16. And when they're telling you that they've been in the streets since 16, that means they started being sexually active like literally 5 years prior to that. You know what I mean? Or if you'll talk to a stripper, she'll tell you about the girls that she knows that moved a certain way. They'll tell you, dude. They'll tell you. But it's hard to have that conversation without shaming language from the woman, and dudes are not going to back you up. That's another thing I'll tell you. I'm talking about the dudes will know that you're telling the truth, but they're not going to back you up because they're basically afraid of being labeled a predator enabler. And it's not necessarily being called a predator enabler. They just know that with that label is gonna mess with their ability to get pussy in the future, or just is gonna mess with their ability to be able to still have relations with their significant other, whether it be their wife or their girlfriend, or they're dating a girl. They don't want to be labeled with you. So if a guy is talking about this out loud, they're not gonna back you up. So don't expect dudes to back you up. Not in public, not in front of especially not in front of no hoes. Anyway, let's go to the comment section. Now, I love this comment right here. She says here, this is a woman. She says, if you are a woman, you damn well knew girls in high school that did some shit like this or were messing with grown ass men. Let's not act like he's talking out the side of his neck. Thank you. And that's the thing. It's either this is the beautiful thing about women sometimes, because you'll have certain women on certain subjects, they will go off code. And so the responses will either be, oh no, these hoes know what they're doing, or it'll be, I don't know what you're talking about. You must be a predator. It's either one of those two. That's how you know it's true. Is you'll have one camp completely denying it. I'm talking about completely denying it and then adding shaming languages or saying, oh, nah, you must be a secret predator. It's either that or the girl is like, oh no, these hoes know what they're doing. So you know it's the latter. You know it's the latter. Because there's no responses in between. You know, I understand. It's literally one or the other. That's how you know. Because what people don't understand, part of the sisterhood code is to just take the woman's side no matter what. So that means they're just gonna, if something pops up to make women look bad, they're just going to deny it. Like they're gonna act like they'll say, where are you meeting these women? That's what that gets on my nerves on the most. I'm talking about on the most thing that women do that irritate the shit out of me. That when they be like, where are you meeting these women? I mean, I've never seen these women. And they know damn well, they got two girls that they just probably had drinks with that they know did that. Oh man. Anyway, let's keep going down the comment section. So here we have the shaming language here. A grown person can tell the difference between a child and an adult. I don't care how old they looked. And this is where she's being very disingenuous. And this is where I say women are they don't have empathy because they don't understand, especially if you're a guy that's at least 5'10" and above. Most women are going to look the same height to you, right? So if you're in a club, right, all these like these dudes, they can't even tell if the woman is a trans or not in the club, right? I'm talking about you these guys get drunk and they're just assuming everybody's of age. First of all, and there's another thing. You're not going to get no play that night if you're literally going up to every girl. Oh, can I see your driver's license? I want to see your proof of ID. Dudes are not going to be doing that. First of all, if a dude does that, the girl's going to call him a weirdo. The girl is going to call him a weirdo. Even though I actually support that. I think women should be having this stuff on them. It really should be no big deal. But like I said, it's a catch-22 because if you are that responsible guy and say, oh, before I talk to you, can I see your ID? The girls are going to be mad at you. They're not going to appreciate you for they're going to call you a weirdo for doing that. Trust me, I'm talking to you from experience. let me put it on me real quick. I'm telling you this for experience. Can I see your ID real quick? Oh, you must be this, blah, blah, blah. I've been through that. Anyway, let's go put it back on here. Enough being personal. Also, this is where I talk about the empathy. So if you're 5'10" and above, especially if you're like a supremely tall person, if you're a tall dude, literally you're literally seeing the top of these girls' heads because most of these girls are 5'3", 5'4". Don't let these ladies with heels fool you. Most of these girls is 5'3", 5'2". They're wearing platform shoes. You know what I'm saying? They're wearing heels. You know what I mean? So it's literally those girls are every girl is that damn near that same height. 5'7", 5'6", 5'5". Most of them 5'5", 5'4". I'll say 5'4", 5'5" at most, wearing heels, right? And if that girl's pretty enough, they'll have the makeup on. Now, if they're talking and the vibe is right, she's not going to tell him her age. She's not. This is not like people think is really like, because really when you look at Catch a Predator, they called a lot of the alphabet community dudes trying to trick on young boys, but that's a whole nother story. But when you're talking about like the club and stuff, Or you'll talk about like even girls will even admit, like I remember in the early 2000s, these girls will be like 12, 13, 14, chatting with grown men online, like purposely doing this just to troll them, really. And like this stuff happens. This stuff happens. So now take me, for example. I'm 5'7". So I have a great vantage point of a girl that's like 5'5", 5'4". I can really look at her and be like, okay, she seems, I'm having like I'm talking about, I have a straight look on the average girl's face because they're wearing heels. So now they're my height. Now they're all 5'7". So I'm looking at them. So I can tell, I'm like me, somebody like me, I can tell, or any shorter dude, I can tell if she's probably of age, if she's not. Like I have a good vantage point on that. I can tell. But not every dude can tell like that. First of all, they're not trying to DJ Academics was trying to, that's what he was trying to tell you. If you're from age 17 to 17, if you're at least 17, like you're literally gonna fit in. You're going to fit in with everybody else, especially if you're at a college party when there's a lot of young girls going in trying to be grown. Real short. I don't know what the hell she's saying. She said all these men pretending not to know these girls. It's hard. Like it's hard because first of all, I'm not a normie, so I already can tell. There's certain things that give certain young girls away. Because like I said, I literally work in clubs a lot. I be in bars a lot. I was in college. I've been to college parties, not to party, but you just there. I used to be on recruiting trips and stuff like that. These hoes is not victims. I'll be watching. I'll be looking. I'll be like, oh, this is a high schooler. Or I remember, I'll say this. I remember last year I was at a bar. I was performing in this bar in New York, and I already saw like, especially when those girls come in groups, it's literally one or two of them. You could tell she's 16, 17, and nobody really approached him. Especially if she's pretty enough, the security guards are just gonna be like, let them through. You know, not everybody asks for ID. You know. So I was in the bar. I remember there was this girl specifically at the bar. Because I was just at the bar. And you know, sometimes you always watching your six. And this girl caught my eye because I'm looking, I'm like, what? Then I'm like, this girl look young, dog. And I already put her in my warning radar, like, oh no, she look young, dog. Because I be watching. Because they always say, oh man, I do. I watch. And you know what I get? And then what I get called for even saying, hey, you know, you a predator. Oh, why would you say something like this? So there's no win. I'm just telling you, there's really no win for men on that end. It's just girls. They just want to pass to do whatever they want to do and be retroactively a victim when shit doesn't go their way. That has been my conclusion to all of this. But in this story, a guy ends up approaching the girl. Because I already had moved on. I was just like, whatever. I'm like, this girl's dumb to be. Because usually those girls are not by themselves. They're usually attached to somebody. She went in there. Some of those girls, those young girls, they come in by themselves. She went in by herself. And some tall, dark-skinned, crusty-looking ninja. Like, really crusty, ashy dude come in on some cold approach shit. And the girl looked so uncomfortable. And the more I looked at her, I was like, this girl cannot be more than 16 years old. I'm like, at most she's 17, and she in here at the bar thinking she finna be at this cool jazz lounge. I'm not gonna say what the place was. I'm not gonna say what the place was because I was performing with a group. She looked so uncomfortable. I felt so bad for her, but I'm like, well, that hopefully she learned her lesson because that dude was on her neck. I'm talking about on her neck. Really on some. This is a PUA. This is one of the pathetic PUAs that I'm watching in real time, and this dude is like, putting his Mac down per se, and I'm like, man, I feel bad for that girl, dog. She had no idea what she was stepping into. She just this is not. I was like, she don't know, dog. She's I can see her. I could see her praying in her mind, just like, can this guy please just go away? But like I said, I be at bars all the time. I see this. Now, a lot of the times they won't be by themselves, but it does happen. It does happen. You know, women will do stupid shit like that. They'll do stuff like that. And you'll just be like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? But a lot of the times they'll be attached to a group. You'll see two of them. And you'll be like, oh, bruh. I wish I had that video where they were trying to test the bartenders. Do you know how old this girl is? It was a girl in full makeup. I don't know if I can find that video for you guys. I probably don't have time to find that video for you, but the girl was in makeup, but I could tell. I'm like, this girl cannot be no more than 16. But they were trying to, because they keep talking about, oh, why don't these guys understand these girls are underage? They asked two women, two female bartenders and two male bartenders. And one of the male bartenders asked the perfect question. And because I looked at her, I'm like, she cannot be more than 16. But like I said, if you're of a certain size or a height, it's if you see her, you thinking she's one of the rest of the hoes. Anyway, one of the bartenders the male bartender was looking at her like, just really, because his radar was going off. He's like, there's no way. He couldn't tell. And the two female bartenders, they just asked her like some stupid ass questions. Oh yeah, the way she walks, she's definitely over 21. And I'm like, and these are the same women talking about men, right? These are supposed to be girls smarter than men, right? And they couldn't even tell. And the high school dude, the bartender, he was gay. He was gay. He asked the perfect question. He was like, so what books you reading? This girl said Charlotte Webb. When he said that, I was like, oh, she can't be. I said that girl probably 14. I said, forget 16. She probably 14. That's basically the literature. First of all, bitches don't be reading. Second of all, that book, that's what you give mandatory for the 10th graders and 9th graders in high school. You have to read The Old Man and the Sea, Charlotte Webb. I'm surprised she didn't say The Life of Holden Caulfield. No, what's it? Catcher in the Rye. I'm surprised she didn't say Catcher in the Rye. I'd have been like, oh, she 14, she can't be more than 15, dog. She said Charlotte Webb. I was laughing. I was like, forget 16. She 14. And I think it was revealed at the end that she was 15. And only one of the bartenders, he was like, nah, she underage. She not 21. They couldn't tell that she was 21 and she was 15, but she was wearing basically all adult clothes. Especially, you have to watch out in the UK. These girls are notorious for literally wearing grown women like makeup, grown women attire, grown women heels, and be walking all up in the clubs. I'm talking about, and if you really look at them, you really think they're 23 or 24, and they be like 16, dog. That in Britain, you have to watch out for that. Now, that girl, this was American, but they couldn't even tell. I was looking at her, I'm like, she can't be more than 16. But the experienced bartenders, they couldn't figure this girl out. And I'm telling you, there are girls that take advantage of this so they can experience life, because they want to experience things. They want to try new things. They want to go on adventures with street ninjas and stuff like that. So the normies are not going to watch out for this. Like I said, it's not a conversation, for normies. It's not. Watch. It's still going to be people going to try to twist this video that I'm doing right now. I bet you. Watch.